Hey YouTube, yugiohmarketman here, coming to you with a 6 Sam update. Sorry, I'm really tired, my mouth is really dry. So, coming to you with the 6 Sam update. I've got the whole deck here. I believe it's 40 cards. Correct me if I'm wrong. It might be 41, I'm not sure. I haven't counted. I just kind of like threw together everything that I wanted to, and it turned out to be okay. To be 40 or 41. I didn't really count too closely. So I've got the main, the extra, and the side as usual. Side, as you guys know, and extra as well, are just recommendations for what I am playing and what are within my budget. I did get some updates and some upgrades to my extra deck and my side deck, and I did finish the main deck. So here's the deck. Got triple Grandmaster, triple Keyzon, duh. All the monsters are normal. Triple Kageki, triple Kagemusha, double Elder, one hand, and the next 5 are kind of different. One Zanji, I'm debating whether to play 2. I tested it on Dueling Network and 2 would be good, but in real life, honestly, one Yaichi and one Zanji is good. And the reason why I was debating on playing 2 is because I'm playing the asceticism build, so that's why I'm playing double Elder instead of just 1. It allows me to go into Utopia and stuff like that, but I don't really try to exceed too much. I do end up doing it more often than not, but I try not to. One Anishi, people say it's garbage, but it's really not, because you can go, I don't know, example, Kageki, Kagemusha, Keyzon, remove the 2 for Anishi, blow up something, synchro into a Stardust or whatever other level 8 you want to run. Then you have a 17 and 1800 with your level 8 thing on the field. You can kill something and attack directly and do some other shenanigans. And it's a 2200 special summon, so it's not that bad. And you can also get it back to your hand with Gateway if you really wanted to, because it's a Xian effect monster, just like Great Shogun Xian. I actually wanted a rare, but I got a secret because it was only like $2, so I was happy about that. But this, again, it's a tech card by my choice. I've always really liked Great Shogun Xian, just because it's a special summonable 2500 monster that can crash into a Stardust, which is pretty important in this day and age. If you can kill a Stardust without using like a Dark Hole or something, then you're pretty gooch. And I just like the effect on it. Your opponent can only activate 1 spell trap per turn, so it's pretty decent. It's actually really good. It locks down your opponent really well, because most of the time people are just going to go Duality, get Reborn. Okay, you've wasted your turn on spells and traps. Now you can't do anything except for monster stuff, and usually they can't get over it for at least a good 2 turns. So it's a nice giant monster. And then you guys know my Birdman. You already know why I play this. It gets me extra counters when I combo it with Keyzon and Grandmaster. I combo with these like quite often to get more counters on Gateway and United and Dojo and everything else. So those are the monsters. I think it's like 18 monsters, I'm not sure. Reborn, Heavy, Hole, Book, staple stuff. I'm not running MST's main board. I'm siding them. I just don't have the room. Rhoda and second Rhoda, I guess. Basically get you the same stuff most of the time. Gateway, Triple United, Dojo, and I feel that Dojo is like a multi-purpose card in this deck. Half the time I use it with Gateway's effect. The other half the time I use it as a spell, like an MST bait, or I use it to get a random, like, I don't know, get a random level 3 out in Exceed or Synchro or whatever I need to do at the time. Triple Asceticism because I'm running the Asceticism build. And this card is actually really good. You can chain it to pretty much anything. And screw your opponent over if they try and, like, I don't know, do some stuff, some weird stuff. And it's really good to synchro with. It gets your Shein out really, really quick. So you pretty much first turn Shein like 80% of the time. Traps, you only run 6. Solemn Judgment. Triple Musakani Megatama. Broken card. Like, literally. Like, why didn't they at least semi-limit this card? But I'm not complaining. And 2 double-edged sword techniques to get your stuff back in Synchro and Exceed and do some shenanigans. So yeah, that's the main deck. Side deck that I'm recommending that I actually found was really, really helpful today. I was toying around with my extra deck, and this is what I found to be the best extra deck possible for what I had, and for my current meta and my locals. So 1 Grand Mole, because there are those decks that like to spam synchros just like this one. So you can splash a Grand Mole, summon, bounce Stardust, nuke the field if you need to, and do some other stuff. Double TKR, Thunder King Ryle, stop stuff. And when I side these in, I usually either side out like a Yaichi and a Zanji, or I'll side out a Zanji and a Smoke Signal. But, you know, I don't know. Most of the time I seem to not really side these in because I didn't play many plant decks today. But I found it very, very useful just because it's a 1900 beater and you can't go wrong with a Thunder King. So, like I said, I'm sideboarding both 2 MSTs. Not 3 because there's not enough room for 3, but 2 is just fine. And that's really all you need. And then the rest are all traps. Starlight Road, Mirror Force, Torrential, Tech Bottomless, just because people don't really see it coming too much. I mean, they do, but they don't at the same time. 2 Chaos Trap Hole, just because, you know, the lights and the darks just kind of like wreck this deck, so Chaos Trap Hole is good. 2 Light Imprisoning Mirrors because fairies are the worst matchup. I can get around Dark Worlds pretty easily. I mean, it takes a little bit of time, but I eventually get around them. The Light Imprisoning Mirrors are the ones that really need to be in here because of the fairies and all the other garbage. Bodwin Clop and Fall, your Dust Shoot. I'm siding it because I don't have enough room for the main. And a Compulse. This would be a second Bottomless if I really wanted to. I mean, I don't know, but I just like the fact that this is chainable. And I do have a second Bottomless. It's not like I can't afford some rare Bottomlesses. So that's the side deck. I'm going to get the extra deck. Mistworm, because I seem to play this a lot in this deck because I can go Gageki, Kagemusha, Kizan, Synchro, get a Mistworm, do some stuff. So, you know. Sternum Stobdraka. Stardust, obviously. This would be an Alti one, but this is German, so it's pretty cool. Scrap Dragon, I finally got one again. I haven't had one since Duelist Revolution, so I'm kind of stoked that I got one. And it's first mint. It cost me roughly like $30 for it. I know it's like $35 to $40 on eBay solid, but you know, I'm happy I got it. I would have paid $40 for it if I really had to. Colossal Aquaman, just because people are like, what the hell, I just got killed by Aquaman. So, you know, it's cool. And this thing usually gets up to at least 3,500 when I bring it out. So my opponent's kind of like, duh, what do I do? Black Rose, Ancient Fairy. This is actually going to be taken out for a Naturia Barkion once I get one. but I don't have the money for a Barkion right now. This was like half cash. The Scrap Dragon was half cash, so I figured I might as well get a Scrap Dragon instead of paying for Barkion and having 2 Stardust and not having options. Landois, duh, do some stuff. Scrap Archfiend, pretty much wreck face with this. You get over pretty much everything except for, like, you know, Colossal and Scrap Dragon. Those are the only 2 monsters you really don't get over, unless your opponent like honest over you or something. Brio, Gaia, obviously, like I said, Ancient Fairy would be a Barkion, but I don't have the money for it. 1 Beast, like I said, I got my upgrades to the extra deck. I got my Dragon, got my Beast, still got the Ultra Sheehan. I'm trying to get an ulti, and I'm only gonna do like Ultra and $3 worth of stuff for an ulti because that's the only difference. It's like $3. 1 Cataster, 1 Utopia, and 1 Leviathan. So yeah, that's what I'm recommending for the deck, and that's my build. You guys can run it however you want. It's just a suggestion, obviously, like I've always said. Deck profiles aren't for you guys to say, okay, that's exactly how I'm going to run it. You have to run it to your play style. Mine is very, very aggressive. Some Sam decks and some Sam's players, they really aren't as aggressive as they used to be, but now they're just kind of just sitting there like, okay, let me think of what I'm going to do. I just go ahead and do it. I really don't care. I mean, I make sure I have a Megatama down, but if I don't, I'm going to be a little bit cautious, but I'm not going to really care too much because if I open up decent, I usually get game anyway because I overwhelm my opponent with what I'm playing. So, yeah, that's the deck. Comment, rate, subscribe. There will be a link somewhere here to my binder video. Everything must go. Get rid of it. Please buy some stuff, hopefully. Or like trade me stuff off my want list. That's good too. I'm in the process of making my second deck. Like, everybody knows I have Infinities. That's sitting in the back of my binder right now waiting for me to play it again, but I'm not playing it right now. I'm taking a break. So I'm making Chainburn just because it'll be a fun deck to play, just to troll people with. So I need stuff for that. Everything's in my want list on my channel, and I'm going to be updating that in about 5 minutes here. So yeah, peace out, YouTube.